Yeah. Soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little, education, soulful, inspiration, soulful, inspiration, a little, education, you love it. Uninspired and tired is a bad combination, and I'm sad to say that's a dark situation, but I'm thinking of you, so I'm glad to say I wrote a letter on behalf of how I feel today. 7 a.m. in the morning, ain't been to sleep. It's been a night type long and a rough type week. I'm meditating my life on the whole, pondering the where, when, how, ifs I can gain control. It's like a spin of the wheel or a roll of the die. They say that you can be a winner at the game of life, but I know the house don't play to lose, so you better know the math, how to make the move. See, I'm a student of the study, how to proper pursue a blunt portion of the profits produced, paying my dues. So I follow the nolly and avoid the fools. But this is trial by fire, so you must stay cool. One rule: envy is a powerful tool. Spine all times, everything you do. That way, when the Indian's ear get act cool, you can crack those crabs and continue to move. You know, 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm open up. Long night, ain't been to sleep. I grab my pencil and pad, I'm open. I hope you feel it. Remember back to the slenderest times when we pitched for the pretty penny nickel a dime. Before the world seemed crooked and the gutter was fine. When there was good hood living and a peace of mind. Now that's over. Life will make a grown man sober, head aching, hanging over, feeling funny inside. We never knew the world worked on a bogus design to keep a brother buried deep, broken down and blind. Better still, man, is ill when you look to find there's a chance to advance, most heads deny. Like a dream and a slice of the proverbial pie. We will remain to reside in the ghetto of pride. Ignorance is pure bliss and these days provide plenty of it to keep a poor man pacified. I try to put them on the business of knowledge applied, but that's a pickle of a deal that's sour inside. But 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm open up. Long night, ain't been to sleep. I grab my pencil and pad, I'm open. I hope you feeling me, man. So many guys that I grew with died, resorted to doing crime in turn doing the time. I can hardly better speak to childhood friends and find every exchange features a fella falling the wayside. That's ill, but then it keeps a brother on field mode, mentally locked and loaded, ready to deal with any form of friction you can fathom the feel. In a world that wheels drama and fires at will, it bust from dawn to dusk and aim to kill. Cause a lot of souls shook and afraid for real. So instead turn their head, tuck tail and chill, in the hopes not to cope, but that's whack. See, you and I are like a different breed, and we bring to the balance such a desperate need. The eagerness to elevate and evolve the scene. A better space, a better time indeed. Sincerely.
It was the voice of a courageous explorer, a man dedicated to the pursuit of man's knowledge and the expansion of his horizons.
Good morning. Here is Nathan Ivey.
Good morning and welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to the Nathan Ivey Show. One man, one mic, one mission. Good morning. Welcome back. Today's Monday, June 20th, 2016. And let me be the first via the media to say directly, good morning. Welcome back. And as always, numerous things to discuss, my friends, as we broadcast live from the city of Cincinnati. This show is powered by the good folks at Superlative Media. And if you are a fan of the NBA, did you watch the game last night? I'll be honest with you. I don't know how many times I looked at my clock or my phone, my watch, because I just couldn't wait for the tip-off. The game was fun. I enjoyed the NBA year, lots of ups and downs. We know who the real G's are, don't we? There's a life lesson in what we saw last night. LeBron James, son of Ohio. And it was ordained, many people thought, that he was going to bring a championship to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then he left. How dare he? Then he left. Went to Miami, hooked up with 2 future Hall of Famers, won 2 championships. I had in-laws in Cleveland who swore that they didn't like LeBron James. They swore it. Oh, they hate LeBron James. They hate LeBron. These are people that live in Cleveland. I mean, these are people who, you think would support LeBron James. Don't support the brother. Why? Because they're caught up in their feelings. Because he left. And LeBron James said he wanted to bring a championship to Cleveland. As I understand it, they haven't won a sports championship in any of their franchises since 1964. The last time was before they even referred to the NFL championship as a Super Bowl. It was the Cleveland Browns. How important is that really? I want to look at this whole championship, sports. I want to look at it from numerous different angles this morning. And I'm glad that you're along for the ride. Good morning. Welcome back. Currently 7:10 a.m. in the Queen City. For any new listeners, glad to have you. Join the Chop Shop. What up, Chop Shop? I see you. Good to be with you. How many of you are on the bandwagon now? Where my haters at? Daryl, where you at, Daryl? Now, many of you may know if you've been listening throughout the NBA playoffs, I got a little hater in my family, a little hater, my little brother. And I call this little brother-ish. He's been running around town with his Golden State Warriors paraphernalia on. You rocking Nalia now? Oh, you rocking Nalia now. I called him last night. He was the first person that I called. I called him last night, right? And he answered on the first ring, which I knew he was going to do. Why? Because I tried to call him a few times after the LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, right, after Game 6, after Game 5 and Game 6, he wouldn't answer the phone. Any other time I can get you on the phone, but now you don't want to answer. I got him last night, first ring. Guess what, y'all? He's on the bandwagon. He always knew. He could tell that the refs had it in for Golden State. Why? Because it makes for a bigger story. I mean, how ridiculous. How ridiculous. Now, it's going bad when your wife she tries to interject onto the basketball field. That's what happened with Ayesha Curry. After Game 6, she went to Twitter. Start talking about the refs, how the game is fixed. I'm like, hold on, baby girl. The NBA is what gives us this lifestyle. Pump the brakes. I'm sure that's what they told her. Pump the brakes. Steph Curry, right, in a post game or in a press conference after Game 6 said he made some kind of joke about how he's going to have to disconnect the Wi-Fi in his house. You know what that means? They had a conversation about that. Ayesha, no. You messing with the money. You don't want to do that. That's ridiculous. That was a big game last night. Big game. Shout out to my good friends over at ESPN. They do great work. Did you see LeBron James in the the press conference after the game? It wasn't even a press conference. It was the interview, post-game interview with Doris Burke from ESPN. How'd she get that gig? Of all the folks at ESPN, is Doris Burke who's doing that? I don't know. I don't make these decisions. That is deep. And it's just so much irony in this. I mean, last year LeBron leads his team to the championship, right? To the championship game. And the dude was so good that even in a losing effort, they lost, I believe, in 5 or 6 games last year. There are people who voted for him to be the MVP. That's how raw he is, LeBron James. And then they come back this year with a full everything, right? And you know what it does? It gives credibility to what people like myself and others have been thinking for the last year. That if Kyrie Irving was healthy, that if LeBron James had anybody else step up and hit jumpers in timely manners, they would have won last year. Period. That's big. This is big. Nobody can deny this about LeBron James anymore. You can't say he chokes in the big moments. You can't say he needs another Hall of Famer, although Kyrie Irving may end up being that. It's not like he's shacked up with Dwayne Wade or somebody else. He was the leader of this. I mean, clearly, they all understand. Those are his troops. That's his team. And he led them to a championship. I almost couldn't believe it because Golden State has been so automatic all year long, folks. For anybody who's been watching NBA. And if I'm boring you on that, I don't mean to bore you. But I want to talk about the game from a sports angle. And then I want to talk about what does that really mean for Cleveland. Cleveland's got some issues. They got brothers and sisters up there that need some real help. Is this championship going to change the circumstances of some of the most vulnerable households in Cleveland? I want to discuss. This is big, huge. You're down 3-1. Now, for folks who don't know anything about the NBA, it's the first team that wins 4 games. You got a total of 7 games. Okay? It's an odd number, so that once you get to that game 7, we got a winner one way or the other. This was an elimination game. Whoever wins takes home the trophy. Whoever wins, you get to walk around for the next 365 days and call yourself a champion. That's got to be valuable. I mean, with our sports-obsessed, champion-obsessed, if it glitters, it must be better than what I've got obsessed culture. Calling yourself an NBA champion, I bet that comes with a lot of perks. I mean, what kind of women can you get now, right? Right? I mean, wow. What doors is this going to open for me? So that's huge. You're playing against a team of the ages. This isn't you didn't just beat the Spurs like they're a very good team. You just beat a team, right, that just clocked in with the best record in NBA regular season history. No other team has won as many games in one particular season. No other team lost as few games at home as they did. And they get beat at home? What happened to home field advantage? I mean, what happened to, Oracle's going to be rocking like the crowd is like a 6-man, right? I guess LeBron James said to hell with all of that. That was big. Kyrie Irving twisting ankles out there. I mean, what in the hell is he made out of? He's like Plastic Man. How many times did Kyrie Irving go to the hoop, right? And you're thinking, he's going to get clobbered. Or how many times have you seen one of these NBA types do his man, cross him over, you get to the rim and throw up some BS? Kyrie Irving doesn't throw up BS. I mean, he hit like a flip hook shot on Draymond Green on a drive. I don't know how the hell it went in. There was another shot where, at least on my TV screen's perspective, the Cavaliers' goal was to the right, to the right side of the screen. And he throws something up. It goes right in. I'm like, how the hell did he get that up? Amazing talent. Now he's an NBA champion. NBA champion. So that's pretty big. All the haters, where are you this morning? Where is Daryl? Oh, here's Daryl. He writes, LeBron can be more vocal on some social issues that's plaguing Cleveland because now he owns Cleveland. Okay, so now he owns Cleveland, Daryl. My memory tells me you was a hater. That's what it tells me. My memory tells me that you were a hater. But let me back up. My favorite part of the show, I got to say good morning to the folks that hold me down. And I'd like to acknowledge the first few folks who are in the chat room this morning. You're up bright and early with me, and I appreciate you. I really do. Respect your time as well. Good morning, Mr. Hollywood. What's up, sir? Salute to you. Good morning. I'm feeling good. Good morning, Shauna. How you doing, Shauna? Good to see you. And we got B back in the house. What up, B? Good to see you. What's up, Ed? Ed, Ed's been sending me a lot of great stuff. And if you're inclined to do so, hey, I would encourage you to do so. He's been sending it to me via email, and my email address is nathansflow@gmail.com. Oh, speaking of email, listen, I am waiting to hear back. Let me talk about the convention, which is in Cleveland, and part of the conspiracy theory. Somehow people believe there's a conspiracy